To have you with us here on this Wednesday afternoon. I'm Dave Zavolinsky. We're going to kick things off with politics, state politics. A Nebraska Democratic candidate for Congress is responding to attack ads claiming she accepts funds from dark money groups. First Alert 6's Philip Katafimo joining me live in studio. Philip, you had a chance to talk to Denise Powell earlier today. What did she tell you about those specific claims?
Well, Dave, our viewers have probably seen these ads right here calling Denise Powell Dark Money Denise. They're in response to a different ad that claims Governor Pillen would have a supermajority in Lincoln if State Senator John Kavanaugh were to win Congressman Bacon's seat. Now, the attack claims Powell is a millionaire political operative who has built a career orchestrated secret donations from special interest groups. It also claims she's taken money from dark money groups under investigation. Now, I did talk with Denise Powell this morning about those claims. She tells me the ads are disappointing and false.
I've been fighting for great candidates, fighting to stop abortion bans, fighting to protect our public schools, and I'm hoping that that's what voters are going to remember, not these sort of desperate lies that are really just a distraction from the real issues that are keeping people up at night.
Now, Dave, coming up at 5, we will dive more into Powell, the candidate, as she continues a final push before Tuesday's midterm primaries. That's again coming up at 5. In the studio, I'm Philip Katafimo, First Alert 6. Back to you, Dave.
Philip, thank you.